The Fresh Air Tavern up there on Broadway and Pike. I don't know if anybody remembers a club there called Neighbors. I was going for a while during the 80s, I think. That was the Fresh Air. Fresh Air closed about 74. Anyway, true story. Sing the blues like Lightning Hopkins. I don't care what anybody said. I was 15 years old riding by the passenger window with my radio up against my head. And that's when I heard him for the first time, cutting in through the noise of the car. And my whole world turned upside down. I just had to learn to sing and play guitar. So I got on my bicycle with the high-rise handlebars, and I would ride for 20 miles on a run. I got every one of his records I could find back then. Yes, I did. I had 11 of them by the time I was done. And I never learned to play the blues. I hope that's all right. I never learned to play the blues, but I can sing and play guitar all night. Now, years later, up here in Seattle town, lightning came to playing 3 nights in a row. I caught it with him early in the dressing room. Somehow I just had to let him know. So I took out my guitar and I started playing. And I made him up a song to tell it right about the radio, the car, and all of his records. How glad I was to meet him that night. And I sang about what he taught me without even knowing it, and all the lessons I still had to learn. And Lightning, he just grinned. When I was done, he told me a story in return. And I never learned to play the blues. Oh, I hope that's alright. I never learned to play the blues, but I could sing and play guitar all night. Now this is what he told me. He said he was walking around the backwoods down in Texas one time. When he was only 12 years old, he was carrying his guitars almost as big as he was. He was tired, hungry, and cold. He saw some people were having a picnic, and he asked if he could sing for his meal. They turned him away and said because he was too raggedy. He could still remember how it made him feel. And then he looked off into the distance through his dark sunglasses, and he grinned a little more just for chance. He said, now I got money in the bank back home, and they know who I am in France. And I never learned to play the blues. I hope that's alright. I never learned to play the blues, but I can sing and play guitar all night. Now, Lightning died back in '82. I can still remember where I was and how I heard. I was playing the meeting place in Dublin. A local blues singer gave me the word. Now, some people, they pass right through you, and maybe they leave a little mark. Some people shine like a light for you sometimes, help you find your way when it gets dark. They say that this world is made of stories, and from these stories our songs are grown. Sometimes, you know, the story just gets so big, you have to go out and make a song of your own. And I never learned to play the blues. I hope that's alright. I never learned learned to play the blues. I could sing and play guitar all night.